All right, people, you guys know what it is. The one and the only American Troll podcast where we bring you the latest in politics, man. And today, we'll talk about it, man. I don't know if it's an L, I don't know if it's a win for Trompito. Trompito about to get some street cred up in this baby. He's about to get caught up in a case, man. Oh, whoa. Those are the feds right there. Don't move too much, Gilly. Don't move too much. Oh, that's pretty crazy right there. Hold on, I'm gonna have to put this thing on manual. Hold on, give me 1 second, people. Let me get out of here. All right. Now we're back. The feds are on me, homie. The feds are on me, Cardan. See what you players are talking about. Notorious plugging his show away. What's the World Sports segment every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. What's the word, player? Yeah, that shit was dope yesterday. Notorious, really good. People are really digging it as well. Let's see what you guys got. We got Dixon, California in the house. Wake up, America. We're now a banana republic, literally. Oh, I don't know about all that, but we're getting there. We're doing a good job of becoming a banana republic. So, we'll take some phone calls, get your guys' opinions, and see what's going on, man. Let's get some people in here. Take this damn top off. Need more energy on the sports segment, Notorious. Keep it up, OG. Oh, keep it up, G. You ain't OG yet, big Notorious. So you get old like me, homeboy. What up, JJ1? All right, people. Are you Team Trompito? Or you Team Convict, homie? Yeah, I believe that Chicano Duke, homeboy, they're just trying to stop him from running for president in 2024. I 100% agree with you on that one. This is definitely, I don't care what anybody says. This is definitely a political like conviction type. Oh, we already got a phone call coming in. I don't even get the number out to you. All right, Jay, let's get it in, man. You're the first phone call tonight. What's happening?
Well, I'm glad that I am, but it's all BS, man. Come on. Bill Clinton is still running around? Come on, man.
Hey, don't hurt him, Hammer, man. Come on. You can't be talking facts, homie. You can't be talking facts like that.
I have to. He was on the Epstein Island, and he's still running around. Come on,
hey, they haven't even released the flight logs from the Epstein Island. So
yeah,
that's kind of amazing to me how people put their head on the ground about stuff like that. But they've known. My personal opinion, they've known Trump, and let's keep it real. Trump's low key, not even low key. He's a dirtbag developer, homie. They know the kind of shit he's been doing for years. But as long as he was sending money into their political campaigns, it was okay. And Trump would be the first to admit that he would send it to the left, he would send it to the right. In other words, he would pay off both politicians. And since he became president, he kind of pulled their covers on all that. And now all of a sudden he's a bad guy that needs to go to jail. He's been doing this since day one, man. So all of a sudden, for him to come after him, it's like, come on, it is a political job for sure, 100%.
And he has beat them one by one single every time. And then another thing, I don't know if you've seen, Ron DeSantis just did breaking news that he was not going to allow anybody to go in there on his state to take him back to New York. And there's still no evidence. They haven't shown no evidence. They just indicted him. But they didn't show no evidence of nothing. They don't have. Well, they're not showing anything.
Well, the reason they're not showing anything is because right now, literally nobody is supposed to know about this. All right. So the grand jury investigation is always private. Nobody's even, and it hasn't got stamped yet where he has been indicted. It hasn't been released yet. So nobody should even know this right now. But obviously, there's leaks out there, and as soon as somebody found out, they leaked it to the press, and it's happening. But nobody knows of the indictment. All they know is that word on the street is that it's 34 to 35 counts of fraud, of some kind of fraud with money not money laundering, but just fraud in general with putting money over here, putting money over there. And that's what all these guys do. But to me, it's this: if you're gonna go in here and get Trump, go after Joe Biden's son as well, and go after Joe Biden's brother as well. They're getting money from China. There's proof there that these guys were getting paid, big chunks of money for being some puppet CEOs and companies, or they were buying art from Joe Biden's son from like $100,000. You know they weren't buying it for that. It was just a bribe, man. So I would like to see it across the spectrum, because this is a slippery slope that the Dems are doing right now. Because now that they indicted him, I guarantee you now there's going to be DAs in Republican ranked states or counties that are going to try to come after any little thing that any Democrat does.
And it's just like, and like you said, go after Gavin Newsom too. When we started saving energy for 20%, that 20%, he started giving it to Russia to get the oils. That's why Russia has so much. I know that's a whole different topic, what's going on right now. But I mean, indict all of them, right? There's facts on everything. There's evidence on everybody.
For sure, so, for sure.
All right. But they're really trying to go after him. They're really trying to stop him for that 2024 election, Gil. Yeah. And I think he's gonna beat it, and people are gonna be shocked and surprised. Watch.
Worst case scenario, he's gonna get some street cred, homeboy. He's gonna come out the feds, nothing major.
Street cred. He's gonna be the realest gangster in the street. That's right.
All right, brother. Thanks for the phone call. All right, brother Lee. Where you at, my man? Where you at? They just trying to stop. He hates Raza. Why you supported him? Manny boy, I am not supporting him. I don't. To be completely honest with you, if Trump goes to jail, doesn't go to jail, it doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. What I do support is the truth. And the truth is that this is a political hatchet job. They're coming after him. And to me, if they're going to come after him, go after the Dems as well. I'm down with both guys going to jail. I don't feel sorry for Donald Trump. I don't feel sorry for Joe Biden's son. I don't feel sorry for none of these politicians that be doing crooked stuff and they're getting away with it. But if you are going to go after one, go after the other. That's what I'm saying, homeboy. And people take it wrong sometimes, but it is. Let me put the number up there real quick. Carnal. That's the sound of the man. Numbers on the bottom for you blind guys. 818-538-9330. 818-533-893330. Are you gonna send Trompito some sopas? Is what I want to know, homeboy. Who's sending Trompa sopas, homeboy? Who's gonna send them? Yeah. This is live, homie. It is. What time is it right now, carnal? 5:42 West Coast time, carnal. So yeah, we live right now in the building, homeboy. Johnny M. Yeah, I believe so, homie. I believe so. Johnny M says those paintings were money laundering. And for people who don't know, is Joe Biden's son, Hunter's son, the guy who smokes crack. He sold not a bunch, but he sold a few paintings to like Chinese people, which was just bribes. It was money laundering. This guy doesn't have that kind of talent, and they gave him that. They also pushed all kind of money to Biden's brother, which is Hunter's uncle. Same thing. These are all bribes. Everybody knows it, but they only want to put the light on this guy. But to me, it's shine the light on all these guys because they're all dirtbags, homie. All right, we got another phone call coming in. Let's get it in today, man. North, what's good, my man? Talk to us.
What's going on, man?
Talk to us. What do you got? What do you got today?
Good news, man. Good news. The rules apply to everybody, right?
Yeah, you would think, but sometimes that's just not the way it works.
But check it out. Like everything you're saying about Hunter Biden, none of that shit's illegal. There's no difference than him selling his paintings than all the diplomats from all these other countries only staying in Trump hotels while he's president. Why doesn't anybody stay there anymore?
Wait. There is a difference when you have somebody who is doing it for some type of political pull to try to get into where his dad is, to try to get those connections. There is something illegal about them. There's also something illegal about making him a fake CEO of a company where he's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. There is something illegal. It's called bribes.
No, technically it's not illegal. Like Jared Kushner getting $2 billion 2 days after that presidency ends.
Like I said, to me, take him out of jail. I don't like to. I'm not. Yeah. Trust me, I am not one guy who's saying, "Oh, I'm Team Trump." I'm not Team Trump. I'm not Team Biden. But to me, if you're gonna come after one, come after them all. Straight up. Let's get them all.
I've never saw you as really biased, but I'm saying all these politicians and all their families, they all walk the slippery slope. The only difference is Trump. He goes way beyond. Everything he does is way beyond. And this is a small crime he's accused of.
Yeah, but to me, To me,
the other foreign investigations are a lot more serious.
I think though, but when it comes down to it, they're scared of the man to run in 2024, and I think
Okay, but
that's a disservice because you know what, whether you like him or not, it's a slippery slope because now we're having governments kind of tell you who should run for office, whether he's a dirtbag or not. The American process is he still has a right to run, and if he gets voted in, then he gets 100%. Voted in. But what they're trying to do right now is they're trying everything in the books to make sure this guy doesn't run for office, dude. And to me, that's a slippery slope.
Okay, Georgia. Let's talk about Georgia, right? Everybody's heard the call. Everybody's heard the call, right? When he's basically using mob tactics to threaten dude that he needs 15,000 votes.
Oh right? No, yeah, everybody's for sure. And he was wrong. Okay. Absolutely. So listen, to me, that in the January 6th riots, they can call whatever they want. They were riots, man. He pumped it up as well. I think that's something they should have tried to charge him with. But at the end,
but those are coming. Those are coming. They're in the pipeline. So do you not prosecute him because he's running for president?
I would think if there is actual like they can prove it. If they can actually prove it, then go out. Then yeah, prosecute them. But they also remember they kind of spent all their money when they went after the Russia collusion and spent millions and millions of dollars and found absolutely nothing. I mean, straight up, they say, "Oh, well, we think he's guilty."
Hold on. They didn't find absolutely nothing though.
No, it was a nothing burger though. It was a nothing burger.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, wait.
Absolutely.
I read somewhere. Let me rephrase to it as a gang RICO act, right? Imagine a gang being under RICO. They spent, let's say, $30-40 million to investigate this whole gang, and at the end, hey, who are you charging? Oh, we didn't charge one person. Well, we know they're guilty. It's like, well, you got a nothing burger.
But hold on.
That's a nothing burger.
They charged like 30 people.
No,
this is like a gang injunction.
But
this is like a gang. But this is like a gang injunction, and the whole gang went down. They just if you read the report, you would know that it said you can't charge a sitting president, so they wouldn't even entertain the idea.
Well, they could.
They never said.
Technically, I said technically they could if it was something. If there was collusion in there, they could charge and get him out of office. They definitely could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. If it's some kind of espionage thing, the president's gone. You can't charge him. You can't charge a president for like civil or anything like because the president can go and kill somebody. They can charge the president. The president's not a king.
The Attorney General William Barr came out and said, you can't charge a sitting. You can impeach a sitting president. You can't charge a sitting president.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If Trump ran in 2024, do you think he'd win?
No, hell no.
Who do you think would beat Trump right now?
I think a lot of people would be. I think Biden would beat him. They didn't think he would beat him the first time.
I don't know if Biden would beat him this time around. I don't even think Biden could beat himself this time around.
I don't think.
I think DeSantis will give him a good run.
I think Hakeem Jeffries is real well spoken. He goes for the jugular when he attacks these dudes on the Senate floor.
Well, that's Senate, but right now, listen. Right now, as of right now, the polls show Trump leading the heck out of the Republicans as far as being the nominee. He's up like 24 points in DeSantis. He has
the nominee a lot.
And Biden has the opposite. He's got his own party not wanting him to run next year.
But that's the difference though between the parties. I feel Democrats, we hold our politicians accountable. Like we don't worship at their altars.
Oh no! Come on! You guys don't hold them accountable either. No, you do not. Look what's going.
No.
Okay.
No. Look at all the ones that we've kicked out of office for minor shit. What was that dude? Franken in Minnesota.
Yeah, no, but that's because the woke are eating the woke, and he regrets leaving. That's all that is. That's the woke eating the woke, and eventually there won't be anybody left at the party because everybody has to be perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect people. It seems like the Dems want us to be. I don't know if you remember that movie with Sylvester Stallone, and he said, "Damn it!" and the ticket came out. You can't say "damn it." Hey, they're trying to live in a perfect world that just does not exist, and that's why Franken left. But as far as holding him accountable, no.
John Edwards faced these same charges, right?
Yeah, but John Edwards, yeah, he did. He had it with his mistress, right?
Yeah, he beat it.
Well, there
But
you
they
go.
still charged him. They still charged him.
There you go. So what do you think? Well, right now we don't really know what he's charged for, but
We don't.
it's gonna make for great TV and great news. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but I mean, the one thing that we all, I mean, would bet money on is there's a lot of tax fraud in there. 'Cause, I mean, a lot of it, we've seen a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Undervaluing his properties when it comes to taxes.
They all
overvaluing
do
them when it
it.
comes to
They all
things.
they all do it. They
Yeah,
all do it. Like he said, and he
but
was
if
right.
you,
In that debate with Hillary Clinton, that's one of the best things he's ever said. He's like, those loopholes. You've been senator for how many years, Miss Clinton? Those loopholes you leave open because you're the people who give you money, your donors, use those same tax loopholes that I use. So Democrats know
Yeah.
there's loopholes. They don't close them. Republicans know there's loopholes. They don't close them. At the end, to me, this is how I see it. It's a WWE. They put on this grandstand show for everybody else, but at the end, they're two birds of the same feather.
yeah, but me and you can't do that though.
No, we can. Unfortunately,
You know what I mean?
we can't because we'll definitely be in the
No, we
pinta.
don't. I mean, I don't know that. I fear the IRS. I don't fuck with them.
Oh
I pay them
yeah.
their money.
Uh-huh.
You know,
They're worse than the
good
mob. They're
side.
worse than the mob because the mob
Yeah.
will whack you and you're gone. The IRS will kill you and still take your money after you're dead.
Exactly.
Hey, I appreciate the
Hey,
phone call,
man,
my
good
man.
talking to you, bro.
For sure, brother. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's what it's about, people. It's about having these conversations, man. Yeah, Jay. I see a super chat from Mr. J. There we are. I agree with you. Everyone has a right to run, but they must have found something. And if he's a criminal, he cannot run. That's the law, right? But I agree. I don't trust the party either. There you go. Hey, Jay. Thank you for that super chat, my man. Yeah, to me, it's a political. It's definitely political. We can't say that it's not. They're coming after Trump because they know that I think he'll win. There's no doubt about it. He will definitely win if he runs for office in 2024, unless the Democrats can magically find somebody who's gonna go against him very well. Because as of right now, I don't even think that Biden could keep up with Donald Trump in a debate. Right now, Biden trips on every single word and trips on his feet as well. The guy is definitely very old. Jesse, what's good, my man?
Hey, it's Majestic. Hey, man, I'm Team Trump all the way, man, straight up. I just want to say, I think, like the last caller, I think that in California, they're living in a bubble in these places like California and New York.
Okay.
And I try.
You there, Jess? You there?
And,
go ahead. Go say it again. You're breaking up. Yeah,
but as I see the country go down the path of degeneracy, the more and more that I started to lean into Trump and traditional values, and I'm digging the man. Teflon Don all the way.
Teflon Don all the way. All right, there you go. Just got Teflon Don.
Straight up. Straight up.
All right. Hey, it's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think on it, Gil? Like, what do you think about the way the country's going and the Democratic Party?
Oh, the way the country's going, I think it's going to hell in a...
Man, that's just me.
Yeah, the country is definitely going on the wrong path, especially states like California and New York. They're way too liberal. They've overcorrected the system. I do agree with you with that 100%, and I live in California. I think that the family structure is definitely under attack, whether they believe it or not. It's become a world where they say if you're a cis man and if you're a cis woman, no, I'm a man, I'm a woman. And it's like the small minorities are pushing their agenda, and their agenda is not family oriented. It seems like a family now is a threat, and a family is what keeps the fabric of America the way to go. And that has zero to do with Republican. That has zero to do with Democrat. That has to do with morals and values.
Yeah, but I disagree that it doesn't have anything to do with Democrats because we see what agendas that they're pushing.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're okay. I do agree with you, but this when I say that, I say this. On a political party basis, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the Democratic Party as a whole seems to hate hate family units, hate men, are kind of
Right.
egging on money to keep drugs on the street, to keep the system hell. When I say like Democrats, because like a lot of people that I know are Democrats, because I live in California, right? And they identify as Democrats, right? When they go to vote. And most of those people are family orientated. They have, married, kids, doing their thing, go to work. But the problem is that they had just been voting that way for the last, 10, 20, 30 years. Their families voted that way. And they really don't look at the policies and don't understand why the state's going to hell out here in California, why it's so expensive, why they're giving money away to, most of the dope fiends out here instead of the hardworking men and women working out here. And until we figure
Right.
out that it's not, we need to start voting the policy and not just vote, blue because it sounds good and that's the party of JFK and that's what that's what people believe. But in reality, if you break down what's going on out here, especially in California, oh man, they're bamboozling us, homeboy. They're really bamboozling us, taking us to the cleaners.
Right. And I just want to add one more thing, and I'll let you go.
Yeah,
But
for
like,
sure.
you know how we are with the machismo. When I see Trump, he's got fucking huevos, homie. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. Remember when you were going through that shit when they were coming and attacking you?
Yes, sir.
That takes a lot to wake up every morning and have people attack you. So you got to give the man credit when you look at it in hindsight and you start to actually study what was really going on and how they were covering it, how they were framing the narrative, right? And when you dig a little deeper, you got to give the man credit that every day he woke up, no matter how much he was attacked, personally, otherwise, the man is a fighter.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. 100%.
And I believe that they try to use our people, Latino, they use this low hanging fruit, like try to get us riled up, like, oh, he's racist. He said this about Mexicans, da 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 da. But you really got to look at the whole conversation, right?
Yeah.
And you got to put yourself in that position. Because when I ask myself, what the fuck would I do if I was in that position? I'd even be more ruthless. You know what I mean? And I don't
Right.
even know if I could be tough to wake up every day and take these political attacks. So it takes a certain person and a certain caliber.
Right.
And so when I see how they're trying to like, I won't spend too much time, but like the globalists and this whole like, one world agenda, these corporate structures without getting in too deep, if you are voted in by your own country, regardless of what country it is, it could be Mexico, it could be Guatemala, El Salvador, it don't matter. You're supposed to be representing your country and doing what's best for y'all and what's best for your own interests. You know what I mean? And I think people lose sight of that.
Did you see the president of Mexico backing up Donald Trump? Did you see that clip?
Nah, I didn't. What happened?
Oh, you got to Google it, man. So the president of Mexico came out on a media day, and he straight said, this was about 5 days ago, last week, right? He came out, and this is the president of Mexico. He came out and said, they are doing to Donald Trump what they try to do to me. They're trying to smear him, and these are his words, not mine, people. And I'm paraphrasing, so don't come at me. I'm just telling you what he says. He said that they're coming at him the way they came at me because they don't want him to run for office. Is this not democracy? Isn't democracy letting somebody come out and run for the people? And if the people want him in power, they can vote for him or not. But what the country of the United States is doing now is now they're making sure he doesn't run for office. And this is a president of Mexico who you would think would sit there and say, screw Donald Trump. He's the biggest racist of America. But he's actually standing up for Donald Trump. So I would love to hear people's comments on what they think about that. So Google that and check it out and you'll find it, brother.
Right. And for the people, for the social justice warriors and everything, this party, right? For people who claim all about democracy this, democracy that, these are the same people who took off the dislike buttons on YouTube. Isn't that a form of democracy? Isn't this the same people who want to censor our voices, regardless if you disagree with somebody says? And like you said, trying to make everybody like they're perfect and you get canceled.
No such
This
thing.
is a form of, it's like, I don't know, bro. I'll let you get to some other callers, but I just want people to be, more mindful of that.
For sure. It's a way of censorship is what you're looking for.
And what the Mexican president, he said something else about a mafia that I cannot mention. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
sure.
He was true on that as well.
For sure, brother. Hey,
all
man,
right, man,
I
keep up the
appreciate
good work,
the
Gil.
phone call, brother. Thank you, huh?
All right,
All right,
for sure,
brother.
man.
Right. All right, people, let's get it in. It's Gil Limbaugh. Hey, my name is Gil. No, my name ain't Gil Limbaugh, homie. See, the problem is that people, because I don't automatically jump on the easy train, which is F Trump and we hope he goes to jail. Nah, homie. I always try to stay in the middle and look at it from both sides, homeboy. That's what people don't like. Because trust me, I get the heat from both sides, player. Ahmed, what's the word in the bird, homeboy? Talk to us.
What's up, buddy? What's crack-a-lacking with the booty smacking, buddy?
Ahmed got the
I like
notorious.
I like that phrase.
You like that phrase, huh?
From your son, buddy.
What's crack-lacking with that? I've taught him well. I've taught him well, Ahmed. What's going on with you, Ahmed? You think Trump's gonna go to the Pinta, homeboy, or not?
I don't care about that guy. I just want to give you some feedback about the sports thing that Notorious did. I loved it.
Oh,
I
good.
think you guys should do it more often.
It's gonna okay. The Notorious Sports with Doughboy Tony is gonna be every Wednesday at 6:30. All right, so that's gonna be part of the platform now. We're gonna do a couple other shows. I'm probably only gonna end up doing one interview a week. All right, so I'm probably gonna do like one interview on Fridays, and that's it. I'm kind of done with interviews for a little while, and if that. So we're gonna start doing it where we're doing that, and we're gonna implement a couple other shows on the channel.
Okay, sounds good. And how's it going with the city council? The running? Are you?
It's going.
Yeah.
Well, it's going very well. As soon as the actual campaign takes off, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna let you guys know. But they did accept my application, so my name is on there already. It's definitely been approved. I think the voting is in June or something like that. It's some weird thing out here. And as soon as I know, I will start posting it and make flyers, and we're gonna get in here. We're gonna make our voices be heard. Heck, we just met with the district attorney George Gascon here 2 days ago, and I'll do another live on that one. That was a great conversation, and so we're making some noise, homie, and people are hearing us.
How can we help you? Is there anything that fans can do to support?
Well, I think eventually what we can do is I'll post up a link. You guys can donate to the channel, to the nonprofit, so we can do stuff like for the. I went today, started looking at the trophies. All the trophies are like maybe like $600. So this kind of stuff starts adding up, and I'm trying to hopefully get where people can donate. And if not, you guys can also just share the channel, share the message, let people know at work. Hey man, go check this guy's channel out. Look what he talks about. We talk about like we're doing. We're talking about sports. We're talking about politics. We're talking about how uplifting the community. But at the end, our main goal on this channel is to educate people and to have higher level conversations, man, because there's too many low level conversations going on in all kind of platforms out here, but we're trying to step this level up.
Yes, that's right. And I will let you go because I know Roger wants to call in and talk about Donald Trump's man boobs. I know he wants to see him without his shirt when he's indicted and in prison in the yard.
Thank you, Ahmed. Appreciate the phone call as always, player.
Have a good night.
You too,
Shout
brother.
out to you.
Thank you, my man. That's the man right there. The man, the myth, the legend. Ahmed, man. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what you guys got. They hold each other accountable, huh? Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, the other Democrat in Cali that was with Chinese spy and didn't know it. Huh? There you go, people. But here at the table is where you get it in, you make the phone calls and let people know. I'm not one side or the other. I'm on the side of the truth, homie. Okay, Rhode Island. Caller, who's this?
What's going on? This is Richard. How you doing, Gil? How's it going, my man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm here getting it in. Let's get these conversations going, brother.
Getting it in, huh? So what you think about this Trump thing going on? What you think about this whole case?
Well, the crazy part is this, brother, that all of a sudden, think how crazy is it? This is how the news media works. Nobody's even talking about dead kids anymore. Nobody's talking about dead kids. Nobody's talking about school shootings. And this is how quick.
Exactly.
This is how quick the narrative works. So in other words, they don't really care, homie. They're trying to sell views. They're trying to sell stuff.
100%.
Yesterday was all these kids, our condolences, our heart and mind, and it's the same BS every month that these shootings happen. And now it's. Yep. Oh, Donald Trump, we got to get in there. But like I saw a news pundit on CNN, and he was a left-wing guy, and I got to respect what he said. He said, listen, Donald Trump holds the rights of every other citizen. He is innocent until proven guilty. So for people to start gloating and saying, oh, he's got to go to jail, let's wait and see what the charges are. Let's wait and see
100%.
if there's any real meat to these charges. To me, what's going to happen?
Exactly.
To me, what's going to happen is this is going to embolden his people. This is going to make his points go through the roof. Donald Trump is going to be, I don't know if you know who Bobby Shmurda is, homeboy from Florida. Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah, I know Bobby Shmurda, yeah.
So he's going to be the Bobby Shmurda where he's going to hold it down. He's going to get fingerprinted. At the end, that mugshot's going to probably be a shot that he's going to use for his campaign to show, look, they're trying to tear me down. And more people are
100%.
going to come to his defense. So I think it's going to backfire on the party because
I think so too. I'm going to give you my sense.
Shoot.
Because check this out, man. I wasn't even a big Trump supporter. I mean, I like the guy, certain things about him, and I some dumb shit. You know, I just don't like stuff.
I'm losing you. Hello. The feds are on you.
Campaign for this dude, you know.
Hey, we lost you. Say it again.
Hey, I said I'm not even a big Trump supporter before, man. But after hearing this indictment and hearing all this stuff going on, man, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I changed my mind, though. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I feel like going out there and even campaigning for the damn dude now. You know what I mean? Because this is it. It just seems like it's political, man. Because New York, they don't even prosecute people doing legit crimes, and they're gonna prosecute a former president for some bullshit that. I mean, come on, man. That doesn't even matter to us. I mean, come on, some hush money shit. Come on now.
Yeah, some hush money to a prostitute. I mean, to a porn star.
Yeah, exactly. Something that they're trying to bring in to see if they could go ahead and bring in it because it might be too old and shit. Like, I mean, this is just crazy, man. It's just, I mean, you know, they say you got to be scared if you're, you know, Hispanic or, you know, African American because they're trying to come at you. I mean, do you got to be kind of scared for these white people that are white and conservative? Because it's like with what news you watch, it's like these white Christians or these white conservatives. It's just political, man. You can't do nothing nowadays, bro. You got to watch out. You might go somewhere and you tell them that, you know, you're a conservative, and all of a sudden you got to watch your back. Like, oh shit, what is your belief? Are you gonna let me get this, or am I gonna be? You know, you got to watch out now, man. It's getting crazy.
That's the problem in America right now. Listen, with my platform, I could definitely blow my platform up if I picked a side. If I sat there and went full left, full woke, all of a sudden I'll start getting all those guys. If I went
100%.
If I went full right, and I'm Trump 2024, I would get all those. But the thing is, I stay in the middle and try to call the BS on both sides because I think that's what's really missing in media. You don't have both sides. You don't have both sides of the conversation, and people are too busy screaming or they're too busy getting yes men. Like, people really had an issue with me. People had an issue with me going and meeting with Gascon, right? Oh, why are you meeting with him? And I was like, wait a minute. I voted to get Gascon recalled. It didn't happen. He's the guy in power. If he's willing to listen to me and hear my gripes, because I held nothing back, I got to give him credit. He has the balls to sit there and have a guy he doesn't know and doesn't have to give any time to, and go there and spend 2 hours and listen to American Cholo talk his shit, and I did. But he was man enough to sit there and do it. I gotta respect that, and that's the problem.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's how change happens.
That's how change happens, right there, brother. Thank you.
That's how change happens.
Yes,
100%.
And
you know what I mean? Because you got in that door, you broke that door open, and now the only way to have anything change is for you to go talk to these people that are in power.
Yes.
Because if you're just like, hey, you know what? I don't want to deal with this dude. Then how do things gonna change, man? You know, we don't got somebody else that you want to deal with in power, so it ain't gonna change.
That's how high level politics works. I was speaking to my man, he knows who it is. I was speaking to him earlier, and he's like, dude, and I was gonna make a video on this, and I probably still will. The reason, not to get racial or nothing, but let's put it in a short sense. The reason white men, because men run the world, whether the people want to believe it or not, the reason white men are so successful and minorities are not is because white men have figured out we can kill each other, and after we're done killing each other, we don't hold it personal, and we get down to business and say, okay, guys, whoever lost the war, this is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and just keep beating on you forever. Now let's start making some change for our communities. They know how to step back and say, all right, dude, we've lost. we'll do the tally. This is what we lost. This is who won. And now let's negotiate how to keep moving forward. We, however, unfortunately have such a low level of thinking too many times that, oh no, he did this to me. He did this to me. And we're on some tribal shit and we're still fighting over something that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago where where white fucking Europeans figured out, okay, we can literally kill millions of one another. In 5-10 years, we're gonna get over it. We're gonna sign some treaties as men, as generals, as presidents, and move forward for the better of our community. And that's what we need to figure out. That is high level politics.
That's being smart right there. That's being smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just be smart. Hold that grudge. You ain't getting nowhere.
Exactly.
Be smart about things. You're gonna succeed.
Imagine,
and it's just crazy, man.
Yeah. Imagine they tell me, hey, Gascon said he's willing to meet with you. Oh, screw that guy. He's a left. No, you jackass. You speak with him. Just like if God willing, this platform grows big enough for, hey, a president wants to speak with you. I don't care what president it is. I've got the ear of the president.
That's right.
Damn it, I'm going to go speak with this guy, and I'm going to tell him this is what my community wants. But if we stay on that low-level shit, we're going to stay low-level, homie. We're trying to step this game up.
That's right.
Hey, brother.
That's right.
You got me riled up, homie.
You're very... I'm hoping one day you become, something in this politics, man, a politician somewhere up there, because you're what we need out there, man, because you know what? You got that level head. And you know what? It's just people ain't level-headed nowadays, man, especially in California, but things are just crazy out here, man.
For sure,
you know
brother.
what I mean? It's getting bad, and the problem is a lot of our people, they don't get it, man. They think everything's a game, but yet they're over here voting for these dumbass politicians and think it's funny sometimes when you got ex-presidents busted or you got this. Well, I mean, to be honest, when the tables are turned, it's gonna be, we're not gonna be laughing no more. It's just the way things are going, man. It's not helping our kids out, man.
Exactly.
And things need to really change.
Exactly.
People need to step up and look in the mirror and look, man, is this the way I really want our country to be? I mean, think about it. I don't care if you like this dude or you don't like this dude, but come on, man. I mean, some of us, I know people that are busted for legit stuff that nowadays are getting let go like nothing. And you're trying to indict a president on some boat. Come on, man. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. It's just to me, it's highly political, and I think that's where I'm like, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
Yes.
It's scary, man. It really is.
Yes,
it's scary shit right there.
For sure. But like we were saying with the last caller, I think it's gonna not work in their favor. And I think in reality, what it's gonna do is it's gonna make Trump supporters just that much more emboldened. It's gonna wake up his base like a mother, homeboy.
It's gonna wake his base up, and I think it's gonna get some of those ones that are leaning, maybe not to go with them. Maybe the ones that are in the middle. It's gonna get them some more voters, man. Because people are gonna get scared, man. They're gonna be like, man, we're turning into a crazy country now. We need to open up our eyes. Well, because everybody knows the way New York is, man. They don't prosecute you for nothing out there, but you're trying to indict him. It's political.
It's gonna be it's very simple. When it comes down to it doesn't matter what party you're at. You're gonna look at your bills. You're gonna say, am I doing better these last 4 years than I was before? Has my wages gone up? Has gas going down? Is rent going down? No, it's gonna be like, yeah, we're headed, we're not on the right path. Let's keep it real. I don't care. Let's keep it real. Our inflation is through the roof. Nobody can afford to buy a house. Nobody's kids who's just graduated high school or even working at, let's say you're working a nice trade job, right? Let's say you're working a trade job in a union. You start off at $25 an hour. You're making $45 an hour. You can't afford to live in LA. You really can't. Nobody can.
Nowhere.
Nobody can afford to buy a house anymore. So in other words, they're literally killing the American dream. And that's a fact. And only we as voters can actually get these people to bring it down. But we're too busy fighting over left, right. Vote policy, vote policy, man. But until we figure out,
we really need some people in the middle in California that are just not all left wing, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean. That's why I can see you, man. You're just an honest person. It's not about left, right. It's just about what makes sense.
It's about balance.
This makes sense. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Open your eyes. We have families. We got kids. You are what's really trying to push for the people that are out there that don't got a future, because you pulled your head out your ass. You can see, well, come on, man. I'm not going to be stupid. Yeah. It just makes sense. I have kids that I want to have a dream to be able to afford a house, to be able to
Yes,
afford to have a life.
yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Come on now, man.
if not, we're becoming slaves to
just-
the system. No, man. The American dream
100%,
is
man.
if you work your ass off, you can afford to buy a house, you can afford to send your kids to college, and that just isn't the case anymore. But the super rich are getting rich, and guess what? Some of those super rich
Richer.
are fucking Democrats. They're Republicans. They're both. People
A
think
lot of them are.
people think just the Republicans are all for the rich. No, the Democrats are all for the rich too, but they play the part.
Yes.
They play the part. They
Yes,
play the part
yes,
very well. Gavin Newsom was over there at the bistro up in the Bay Area telling everybody,
Yes.
don't come out, cover your faces. He's over there with all his buddies having at the restaurant. Don't you see the hypocrisy? They both do it. And that's what I try to show.
100%.
Jeez, these
Hey,
people.
yo, check this out, though. California got money. We're all celebrities. We are a Democratic state. They are multi-millionaires.
Yes.
New York, Democratic state, multi-millionaires.
Yes.
So don't give me this shit that the Democrats got money. They just bullshit the people, and they got the people believing their shit. And then they keep them where they want them, and they're dividing everybody. They're dividing everybody, man. They're dividing this whole country from racism to freaking the left, the right. It's getting outrageous, and people really need to step up, open their eyes, and look in the past, because it was not like this before. If you're a Republican, hey, whatever, I don't believe what you believe. You're a Democrat, I don't believe what you believe. It was not division though.
Right.
It was not. This is getting outrageous now. Now
Right.
it's like, I got power. I'm this. I'm gonna take you out now.
Yeah.
I got power. It's getting, and it's not gonna stop. It's just gonna get more. All right, now I'm going to do this to your people. Now I'm going to do this to your. It's just going to get worse, man. It doesn't get better.
Malcolm,
it just gets worse. People need to step up.
Malcolm X said it best. He said, the Republicans will show you their teeth and show you where they stand. The Democrats will come like sheep in wolf's clothing. They try to sit there and act like they care about you. They're going to take care about you. All the while, they're stabbing you in the back, homie. All the while, especially if you live in California. California is a Democrat-ran state. Look at where you live.
100.
Look how your property value has gone up. They're kicking you out of your place. They're making all these so-called housing for homelessness. Meanwhile, a single mom with kids can't afford to live in her own apartment. Oh, we'll subsidize you. In other words, we will make you our slave. We will give you this money, but if you don't do right, we'll take. No. We should be able to make our own ends meet. But the problem is, people think that they care. They don't care about you. They care about your vote, and that's it.
They care about it, the vote only.
Yeah.
Man, you can't even go into the hoods now, in the ghetto, and get a decent house.
No.
You can't even afford them out there no more.
No.
It don't matter where you're going, the shit's high, man. It's high everywhere.
Everywhere.
And what do they expect us to do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just getting outrageous, man. It's all ran by Democrats.
Yeah.
The Democrat states are screwed, man.
Yeah,
just straight up, everybody read on it. Look at the facts. I mean, it's getting messed up, man.
Hey, brother, I appreciate the phone call.
I wish you the best, Gil.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, I wish you the best, brother. Have a blessed one. Take care now, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, let's get it in, people. Stilo 13, $10 super chat. Appreciate the love, my man. Do you think this will cancel Trompito from running, or will it help him? I believe that it will definitely help his numbers. It depends on how long they can drag this thing out, because his attorneys, I'm sure, are going to try to drag it out long enough where he will be able to run for president. But they're trying to charge him so he won't. Absolutely. Artie, what's going on, player?
What's up, big dog? This is only Big Artie from that big, beautiful city of Santana.
Santana in the building. What's up, Artie? Talk to us, man. What you got?
Hey, dog, I have a question real quick.
Yep.
How can... So, when I moved out of Santana, right? I moved to Anaheim.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Anaheim, they don't have rent control, okay? And Santana, they do. It's a 3% rent control rate that Santa Ana did.
Right.
All right. Anaheim is at 10%.
Oof.
Okay. How can someone like me go and try to go to the city? Do I have to go to the city meeting, or do I have to get signatures, or what do I have to do to try to get the percentage down and try to get a rent control in the city of Anaheim like how it was in Santana?
You would have to speak to some of the council people in your district. and they're the ones that would put it
Okay.
up and try to put it up to vote. But this is what happens in California. I want to say, and I could be wrong on the prop. A couple years back, there was Prop 10, and I think in Los Angeles, right? And they were trying to do rent control. I voted yes, we need rent control, right? But this is what developers do. Developers went out and spent hundreds of millions of dollars to sit there and campaign against rent control, and they sold it like this. If you're a homeowner, how is the big government going to tell you who you can rent to, how much you can rent to? This is un-American. How dare you? When you become rich, and they sold it that way. And people are like, oh, yeah, I don't want this rent control. I'm like, you fucking jackasses. What do you mean you don't want rent control? And then you start complaining about how much rent is. There should be rent control. Because rent control stops these huge developers from coming in there, building all these apartments. And the apartments used to go for, let's say, $1,000 for a 1-bedroom, or even like a 2-bedroom, $1,500. Now they're going for $3,000 or $4,000. But that's because most voters are not educated enough, and they truly believe the Democratic parties when they sit there and tell them, "Hey, we need to build housing for low income. We need to build housing for the homeless people. We need to build housing." In North Hollywood, we have built 10,000 new apartments in the last 10 years easily. There is plenty of housing. But there is no affordable housing, brother. It's a scam. And the developers keep saying housing. That's how we fix homelessness. No, they just want the permits to keep building these apartments and kicking everybody out. All the while, the regular neighborhood, they're getting kicked out. They're getting kicked out to, the IE and all that. And eventually the IE will be a hot market because there won't be enough markets in the LA area, and they'll start kicking them out. So eventually it's gonna be a 2-class system in California where you have the super rich and you got everybody else, which would be kind of like the slave workers. Because why? Because we don't pay attention. Again, they don't care about you. They care about your vote. And I mean both parties, man.
And I think why Santana is so good at helping their people is because everyone on that council board, on that city board, all of them are from the city of Santana. They all went to high school, elementary school. They're all born and raised in the city of Santa Ana.
Right.
I got 3 guys that I know that I went to high school with, and they're on the city council board, and they're my age. I'm 30 years old, so they're probably like 31, 29, 32 years old, right?
Right.
Well, these are like 3rd, 4th generation, Mexicanos, right? And so they understand they understand. Anaheim, when I learned to see these accounts, none of them are even from California. They're all from fucking out of state.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I can.
You know what I mean?
I could see that, but that's why.
So in my end, I'm like, motherfuckers don't even. And don't get me wrong, man. I mean, Anaheim has his hoods right there. They got their barrios in their neighborhoods, and they got their sections and stuff like that. But see, they don't, and you're right, because they're all, I got a tia, right, and she lives in Anaheim, and she's always putting up they go and they like to post those fucking things on their front yard and shit.
Yes.
I'll vote for this mayor and this and that. Well, this mayor doesn't even live in its own city. They live out in Irvine or Laguna Hills, but yet they want them to be mayors out here. They don't even know our demographics.
Get involved.
They don't know our culture. They don't know what it is.
Get involved. But see, that's what politicians count on. Politicians count on people not getting involved. People looking at the bubble. Oh, it's a Democrat, or whatever city you're on. Oh, it's a Republican. They hope people just vote down party lines. That's what they hope for. They don't want you to get involved. And even some people will sit there and say, it doesn't matter if you vote. It doesn't count. They spend in races in America, they spend billions of dollars, billions with a B, to get people to vote a certain way. Don't sit here and tell me they're spending billions of dollars if voting doesn't count. Voting counts, but what they want you not to pay attention, because as long as you're not paying attention, they can do whatever they want with you.
And as far as, so what do you think about these statistics about how Biden he already surpassed Trump on deportation, and I think what I read was 20% of them out of 100%, 20% were all were had a like a some type of conviction on them, right?
Right.
The other 80% were just regular, people, people that came from either Mexico, Honduras, whatever they came from to start a new life,
And got
but
caught.
got sent back.
I think it's absolutely
Right.
true. I think it's the same thing. Obama had the highest deportation of anybody else, but this is what happens. The people that will speak about Trump deporting people and kids in cages won't sit there and call them out. And that's the problem. Because why? Because the big media will not call them out. Could you imagine for 1 second if Donald Trump's son was smoking crack, had a whore, was getting money from China, had pictures of one of Trump's sons doing all the stuff that Joe Biden's son had? That would be on every single media for weeks, brother. For weeks. They will not even put a picture of Hunter Biden doing the stuff he does. They won't even talk about it, even though they know it's true. And that'll tell you that's a problem with media. Media now is for sale. Whether you're right, whether you're left, media is for sale. And whoever their guy is, that's what they go for. It's almost like a YouTube channel that you talk about certain things, and this is all I'm going to talk about because this is what people like, instead of just saying the truth. And the truth is, they're both dirty at times, and we got to call it out. And the reality is that the Democratic Party that sits there and says they love us is the same party that's deporting more people of our color, of our kind, and at the same time is the same party that promises you immigration reform and never delivers on immigration reform. They never will until we stand up and say enough is enough, homeboy.
And as far as creating jobs, right? I read something about the jobs that Joe created as he's been in office. The majority of them were created. I mean, this is an article I came across that I read. I'm going to try to find it. I'm going to send it to you.
All right.
And it says something about how those jobs are mostly created for the blacks and the whites. Do you think that's true?
No, I think on the creation of jobs, I think whether it's the Democrat or Republican, I think they're both kind of full of it. They both run the numbers and say, look at the jobs we've created. But in reality, the jobs that both will look at and brag about aren't jobs that can really sustain a good future. It's a Mickey D's job. It's a 4-hour job. And not that there's anything wrong with a Mickey D's job, but that job is just a stepping stone to get into a real career. It's not a career. So they're not really making jobs that are careers, or they're not making jobs that are really paying you enough to buy a home and live a good life. All the while, you got both parties getting super rich and bragging about how rich they are when regular middle-class Americans are dying more and more every year. And to me, it's make jobs sustainable where people can really live good lives. And that's something that's really going away in America.
And you're right. I mean, I just came across this program. I don't know if you've seen it, but what it is, it's a program for, and it's only going to be available for, I guess they got so much money. Once that money runs out, they're not going to be able to use the program.
Right.
But it's pretty much like a first-time home buyer program. But what it is that it goes based off your credit score.
Right.
And I took a class on it yesterday because I'm a lineman, and I'm trying to invest my money, right? And for me, I feel like investing my money in real estate is probably the best thing to do, just because real estate's always going to be there. So I'm trying to get into that program. I mean, from the course I took yesterday, Gil.
Yeah.
As crazy as it sounds, it's probably the best thing that's going to happen for people that are going to try to buy a house. And it's called the CAL. I'll tell you right now, I got it right here. And the only way for you to get approved for that program, you got to take the course.
Right.
And the course is $100. It's called CAL HEA. It's the Dream for All program.
Nice.
I'm gonna send to you.
All right, shoot it to me.
That way you can take a look at it. But man, I mean, I jumped on it, and I had a conference call with my loan officer and one of my real estate guys I know. And I mean, man,
Hey, let me give you some advice.
I mean,
let me give you some advice. Don't buy real estate right now. You're gonna wait.
Don't buy real estate.
Do not buy real estate right now. You're gonna wait about a year, and you're gonna get in the market much lower. The right now the APR is so much higher. Remember that those two banks just went under. The points are going up. Save your money. You're gonna.
So what do you think the minimum interest rate is right now? Like the lowest you could probably get. What do you think it's at?
For a home right
The
now?
high sevens, the low sevens.
Yeah, it's like 7 to 8%. That's insane. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
check this out, Gil.
Yeah.
This one right here, it's a set percentage. It's 6.3%.
That's still pretty high.
Okay.
That's still pretty high. But to me, it's not so much the percentage. It's how much the houses cost right now. They're way overinflated.
Yeah.
I really think they are, and I think they're gonna go down.
And this program is gonna give you 20% of what the home is worth.
Right.
So if the home is worth $500,000, they're gonna give you 20%, and that's which is $125,000, right?
Nice.
But here's the catch. There's always a catch for everything, right?
Yeah.
The catch is so here's the catch. The catch is when you refinance your home or you sell your home, that 20% that you got, it has to go back.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah, that's scary.
It's not bad. It's not bad if your home, say you buy your home at $500,000, and within a couple, say you keep your home for 10 years, 12 years, whatever it is, and it goes up another $400,000 or $300,000, right? You just never know what the market. I mean,
yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's a pretty good program if you're trying to.
I get it, but I would be a little patient. I would give it to at least this time next year before you pull the trigger. And that's just my opinion, brother. Nothing to it, and we'll retouch it. But hey, I appreciate the phone call, brother.
All right, Gil. Hey, God bless you, big dog.
Thank you, brother. All right, let's keep it going, people. Joey Knuckles says he's eating his popcorn and watching the show. Que onda, carnalitos? All right, man, let's keep getting it in here, man. Got some good phone calls coming in. Come on, I wanna. Can I get a liberal call and tell me why Trompito should be going to the Pinta, homeboy? Let me get one of those. Maybe this is it. Like that is. Ese Chava, what's going on, Playboy?
QOG, just chilling, big dog. Over here with the kids, man. Just doing my nightly routine, brother.
That's right, man. Shout out to you and the kids, man. What's going on? Talk to us.
Thank you. Gracias, dude. I was going to chop it up about this Trump thing. I'm not surprised, man. I am not surprised that he got indicted finally. And it's just like we're sitting back, when? Like, when? Is it going to be when he got elected? Was it going to be 2018?
Hey, Trump's like a gangster rapper, homie. You just don't know what's going to come out of this guy.
Neta, bro. There was a good documentary they put together, like, I would say like 7 years ago. It's on YouTube. And I'm guessing it's factual. The way it was produced seems professional, but I don't know. You
never know nowadays. It's kind of tough.
I'd have to revisit it to really check the sources, but they really connected the dots to a lot of like Trump's interests with Russian businessmen, and Russian businessmen are in the construction industry in New York.
Yeah, of course.
And like all these, right? And so like they were building towers, and we're not talking about like $1 million home. We're talking about a tower in New York City going up, and like this, just real mob stuff on the East Coast. And you're just like, when is this fool going to get popped?
Hey, but let me say this though.
Yeah.
But Trump's been doing this for 30 years, 40 years. What was the problem before when he was doing it and giving money to the Clintons?
I got the answer for you, Gil.
Shoot.
That's right.
That's what I want to hear.
The problem is now is that it's an election season, brother.
Ah, there it is.
Right?
Yeah. They don't want him to run.
Yep, that's it, man. Eliminate them. That's what they're doing. And they did it in 2020 with the pandemic, brother. I mean, la meta neta. I mean, it's just like, relationships with the East Coast Dems and the Chinese is very strong. There's a very strong business connection there, and they had it all, and so that's what it is. It's election time, and they got to get that case out there now. Sway everybody's thing, just like they did with the FBI director and Clinton back in 2020. They released those emails, and then she lost that election, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's the hypocrisy part right there. You had all those emails. She took him into her house.
Bad.
She erased him. She
Bad.
did all that. And it's like, wait a minute. No. How are you going to charge one, not the other? That to me is just as bad, if not worse, because that's actual secret stuff. Just how Joe
bad.
Biden was talking all this crap about Trump having these top secret things, and fucking Joe has stuff in his garage next to his Corvette, top secret things. So it's like, no, charge them both. Then, if that's the case, charge it. I got no problem. You know what? It'll be a beautiful America if Joe Biden and Donald Trump were sellies in the pinta, homie. That way they can get it in. Yeah.
También la güera, bro, because I think she has some bodies under her belt over there from that.
She could have, for
una
sure.
guerra, and I forget what base it was or something that, there's just so much going on, right? And, but hey, Gil, remember, we're not corrupt. We're the United States of America.
Hey, I appreciate the call, brother.
What? Andale, bro.
Do they? Yeah, America could do no wrong, homeboy. All right, people. Let me get some numbers in here, man. 1, Trumpito should go to jail. 2, Trumpito should get free, homeboy. I want to know who's going to send Trump some sopas, homeboy. I ain't sending no sopas. What's up, baby? Send him Trump sopas? What you got? I guess, yeah. Caller, who's this?
It's Caesar.
What's going on, brother? Talk to us.
So I've been voting Democrat my whole life, and recently, I thought I made a big mistake because the economy is going to shit.
Right.
But what I was tripping on was, when all the election was going on with Biden and Trump, I see all these Mexicans voting for Trump. And I was thinking, if it was back to like the SS, not on the South Side, and they tell you, are you voting Democrat or are you voting Republican? You see all these Mexicanos, with a nopal in the front. Oh, I'm voting for Trump. It's like it's almost like they don't even believe him. Nah, man, this guy's a traitor. He's not a Republican. He's a Democrat.
Right.
I was kind of tripping out about that. What do you think?
So I couldn't really hear you, but you're saying that. Say one more time.
So when the elections were going on,
right,
and everybody was voting Democrat or Republican.
Yes.
And a lot of Mexicanos were saying that they were going to vote, Republican.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if you go back to like the old days, when the Nazis were questioning the Jews. Oh, are you a Jew or are you a German? And obviously they wanted to be German, so they all said, oh, they're German, but they didn't have the blue eyes and the blonde hair.
Right.
So I was just tripping out when I see all these Mexicans try to vote for Republicans.
No, I listen. I completely understand why you have a lot of Latinos going to the Republican Party. I really do, because if you go back to the World War II era, both parties were racist as hell. Even to today, anybody who's over 60 years old in Congress or a senator, especially 70 years old, they were all racist as hell at one point. Every single one of them. Even Joe Biden. You got Joe Biden saying stuff about gays. You got Joe Biden being the guy trying to lock everybody up. They just kind of changed it up because they stay in they want to stay in power. But as far as voting for another party, people shouldn't be shamed into that. You're a sellout. You're this. No, it's people just want a difference of opinion. And to me, like the guy from Lexit, my thing, I told him, dude, you have balls for leaving the Democratic Party, but don't jump right away into the Republican Party, because all you're doing is you're going from one bad relationship into another one. To me, I think most Latinos, most Calimax should just stay in the middle, become independent. If we can sit there and get a movement for us to become independent and we vote actual policy. In other words, what are you going to do for me? Because that's what everybody else does when it comes to getting votes. The African Americans got it down packed, homie, where the Democrats bend down for them, homie. Will sit there and break it down whatever they want, because they sit there and have a big political movement, and they will sit there and say, our block is going to vote this way. That's what we need to do, especially like in California. In California, we can run this ship any way we want, brother. We have the numbers, but we're too busy fighting over the pettiest, dumbest things. And what we need to do is figure out, hey, man, like the guy was calling earlier, I want rent control in my place. Yeah, we should have rent control across the board. Don't let these guys manipulate you and thinking you don't want rent control. You want rent control because it's insane. You want safer streets. You want cleaner streets. You don't want money to go to the dope fiends. You want money to go to our kids. Stuff like that. We can really run it, but the problem is too many Latinos sit there and just vote Democrat in California. And people will sit there and tell me, hey, Gil, why do you sit there all the time and talk shit about Democrats? You don't talk that much shit about the Republicans. Because we already hate the Republicans. And that's okay by me. I have no problem. If Trump goes to jail, I'm not losing any sleep over it, bro. At all. At all. I'm not going to be, oh my God, Trumpito, Trump. It's on him, homie. If Joe Biden were to go to jail, I would not lose any sleep at all. Because why? Because those same politicians don't give two shits about us when it comes down to it, brother. They just want to get elected. They have people in their pockets. They have lobbyists in their pockets. Vote this way, vote that way. I'll get your son some money. I'll get you guys a contract over here. I'll get you. It's business. Politics is business. Politics is not a game. And that's what people keep thinking that these guys like me. They don't like you. They don't like you. Like Snoop Dogg said, they like your doggy style, homie. They just want you, and that's it. You're done, homie. But the problem is we keep on voting because, they like us. Nobody likes you, homie. They just want your vote, player.
Yeah, that's what's up. And I won't hold my breath until I see Terry Mack in office.
That's right, brother. Hey, brother, I appreciate the call, homeboy.
All right, man.
All right, brother, late. Let's get it in, homeboy. Market's slowing, but seeing corporations buying lots of properties. Yeah, they always do, but it's definitely slowing down. Let's see what you guys got. Big West Coast, the American dream doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, and that's a problem. And think about it, West Coast. We're in a highly democratic state, homeboy. Highly democratic state that they could have made rules and regulations that would keep housing, fair to people to be able. They don't. I mean, they don't. That's what people need to realize. Caller, who's this?
Hey, what up, Gil? It's Jay again. I kind of want to respond back to the last caller, if you don't mind.
Yeah, shoot, Jay.
I know you wanted Democrats to call in too to give you their side of point of view, but I ain't no Democrat. Or I'm not Republican Party either. I'm more conservative, but we got to vote for the policies.
Yes.
And the difference between us, Latinos, Mexicanos, and California, we're all messed up for being raised as a Democrat. You got to vote Democrat. But look at Florida, the other Latinos, right? The other brothers, Cubans and Venezuelans. They know what's up. They're all Republican parties because they come from a communist country and socialism. And Trump said it. They're not after me. They're after you. So if they put him away, who's going to fight? Who's going to fight for us? Yeah, we got other leaders, but Trump he's the face of trying to open the eyes on the people, especially our people too.
So I take it you're going to send Trumpito some sopas.
Hell yeah, homie.
All right, homie. I'll make sure to give you his booking number, carnal.
Hey, chocolate bar, Snickers, whatever,
You got him. Zooms and whams, fool.
You got it.
All right, brother. Appreciate it again, homeboy. Hey. They're about to send him some zooms and wham. Gabriel Herrera. Thank you for that 199 super chat. You guys should learn from Gabriel Herrera. A bullshit indictment. Let me say it like you wrote it, really. A bullshit indictment. Two-tier justice system. Yeah. That's what some people say. Some people are loving it, though, man. Some people are loving it. So people are saying wait to buy when the house go way down, but they won't. The dollar get devalued by a grip. And what about scarcity of homes causing price? There's no scarcity of homes, P-Dog. There's no There's scarcity of affordable homes. Just like there's no scarcity of apartments. There's scarcity of affordable apartments. I don't know one person that has came to me, and I have a big family over here, and said, damn, Theo, I can't find an apartment. Like, there's none for rent. No, I can't find an apartment that I can afford to rent. That's what they tell me. But that's just me, homie. Mr. Terry Hesticles. How's it going, my man? Talk to us, man.
Terry, fantastic. How about yourself, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Over here getting it in. This is breaking news. Trumpito is going to get indicted here, and we should get a mugshot and some pictures. What do you think?
Hey, I vote indicted. But if you indict him, I want him and Joe to be at the same court getting indicted together.
Yes. And you know what else I want
right?
to?
Let's put him, Hillary, and Hunter.
Yes. Yes. Let's put them all. And one more thing. And I want the flight logs of Epstein's Island released.
Please.
Right?
Please. If we can release JFK and
and Area 51, and we can uncover all these things. Give us the flight on too, okay? For you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this is this is picking and choosing who goes to jail, who
Cherry
does.
picking.
Yeah, we're cherry picking,
We're cherry
and
picking.
you see that, and that's why I say no, send them both to jail, exactly like you.
Yeah, bro, let's do them all.
Yep.
Bro, let's start afresh. That's what people need to see. America is a great country.
Yes.
Foundation, everything. It's not America that is bad. It's the politicians.
Yes.
That make us look bad.
Yes, and that's what we got to
Bad
change.
deals.
Yes.
Yes, brother. Let's wipe the slate clean. Get rid of them all. I tell people all the time, Republican, Democrat, it's two feathers of the same bird.
Yes,
It's
100%.
two feathers of the same bird.
100%.
You know what I mean? You can. What is Mark McCarthy a Republican? Is that what the Republican Party is? Mike McCarthy?
Exactly,
that's a
brother.
Democrat and a Republican clothing, brother.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But until
Bro,
we
if
get
we
involved,
can put-
really politically, they're not going to change.
I hear you. That's why I try to tell people, if you can run. For those of us who can't, pues, let's try to educate the rest, right?
Yes, sir.
Look, that's how, if we could just unite in numbers and show them exactly what it is that we can put on the table, everybody learns one prop you want to change. Get one policy you
Yes.
want changed. Learn the ins and outs of it.
Yes.
I want the homelessness change, right? So
Yeah.
I want SB 265 change,
Yep.
right? I want to be able to say, you know what, deem somebody mentally ill so that they cannot actually think and make calls for themselves, so that we can make that call for you.
Yes.
And now you need to be in a rehab.
Yes.
And now you need to not be on the calle.
Yes.
That's not the way to live. And you
Exactly.
feel that way right now because you're going through what you're going through. But this is not life.
Yep.
Let me wake you up to a new life. Let's put you on the right path. Right?
100%. Agree with you. 100%.
All that money we spent to Ukraine and keep spending. Everybody looked at Joe Biden's 2024 fiscal rollout. Look at what he wants to do, bro.
Yeah.
He wants to throw us the crumbs and give Ukraine all kind of aid and money.
Pay their pensions.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
baby.
gee.
What are we doing?
When have you heard of a war that we got to pay their pensions, brother? Oh, nobody.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey,
but
but
we're worried about he's, she's, and days and all that, you know? And TikTok and all that. Bro, everybody knows what that's about. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's to brainwash you. That's to show your attention span. That's to make you
but
live in a 30-second world.
we're here fighting for it, man. We're here fighting for the truth, man.
You're doing great. You're doing great. I love it.
Thank you,
Any way
brother.
I can support you, know I'm there.
You always do,
Me
brother.
and my bad knees, brother.
You always do.
I'm with these bad knees.
I appreciate the phone call, brother.
All right,
All right,
you have a good
all right, brother. Terry Hesticles in the building. Estilo 13. Who's gonna be doing Trompito's hair in the pod? Hey, so who's gonna run with Trump, homie? Who's gonna Trump run with? I think Trump running on the wood pile, homie. Hey, Wood, that's gonna be Trompito right there. We're gonna make the woods great again. Jesus, let's see what you got, man. We got some more calls coming in. You guys are loving it. Caller, who's this?
Hey, what's up? This is Big Mario.
Big Mario, not to be confused with Little Mario. What's up, Big Mario? Talk to us, man.
That's it. No, man, just I just wanted to just kind of give my opinion.
That's what it's about.
I grew up as a Democrat, right?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so ever since I was small, it's like, oh, Democrat, this, Democrat, that. So when I used to vote, I used to just vote Democrat across the board, right? So now I'm looking more deep into it, but what I started to realize now is that Republicans, and I know people are going to disagree with me, but Republicans align more with Latino values across the board, bro. You know, this whole democratic movement, this whole LGBTQ thing is going on in our schools, and the way they want to feminize our boys and stuff like that, and you got trans well, not trans, but what do you call those people that dress like girls?
Yeah, transgenders, they do too. Or the
transgender, right? Okay,
right.
so you got all these transgender people going into our schools. Like what's going on with that? What is the agenda to that?
It's
and that aligns
I
more
can't.
to the
Yeah, I can't. I don't understand that whatsoever. I just do not. I don't
yeah,
understand
exactly.
what
And
sexualizing a grown man in front of a kid has anything to do with learning like inclusiveness or what. It's insane.
exactly, man, exactly. And that's why I'm like, man, Republicans, align more with my values as far as like, education and kids and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with these Democrats, man. They're going way to the left now, bro. You know what I mean?
They way overcorrected is what happened, and they believe because the LGBTQ has so much influence, like in the media, social media world, and then the LGBTQ kind of hijacked the BLM movement, so they kind of got the power of the BLM. So right now, the Democratic Party is just catering to the people who they believe will get them elected. They believe that they hold the key to have the youth because they got a lot of the youth brainwashed. The youth is thinks that they can do no wrong. That hey, it's okay leaving the drag with the little kid. And one thing my mom told me from when my daughter was a young lady, you never leave your kid around a man. And they think, oh, because he's a transgender woman, he's not a man. He's a man, dude. You don't sit there and have a grown man rubbing up against your child. What is that? That's zero to do with learning anything, but there's definitely an agenda. And the agenda is pretty much everybody has to be LGBTQ. If not, you're wrong and you're a homophobe and you're that. No, man, I'm not gonna sit there and take my grandkid to a Chippendales thing, let alone a drag show, man. It makes no sense.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm like, I believe in traditional marriage, and you can't even say that at work anymore because now you're discriminating, and now they want to fire you
Yeah.
because of your belief, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, what's up with this,
Yeah.
bro?
But until
Like,
we
it's
until we
okay for you.
until we come together and speak
Mhm.
our mind, because there's a lot of people, brother. I went into the bank about a week ago, no, about a month ago, right? And I was doing that thing for my nonprofit, and the guy there knows me, right? He's like, he just looked around. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Gil. He whispered, he's like, I agree with a lot of what you say. I just can't say anything. And that's how a lot of America
Yeah.
is right now. A lot of America is sick and
Right.
tired of all the fucking woke shit and wants to let people be known. But the problem is, so many policies at work are so scared. But in reality, it's almost like the people who feel against it and don't really abide by the LGBT. Now we're in the closet and we're scared to come out and say, hey, man, I don't agree with this. It doesn't make me a homophobe. I just don't agree with it. It's just like any other policy.
Yeah, bro.
It's just like any other policy in politics. If I don't agree with your policy, I just don't agree with your policy. Why don't you agree with it? Well, this, and this. This is why I don't agree with it. Not because you're horrible people, not because, but when you are doing stuff like that, and then you're having males going to female prisons because they identify as women, like, when did we come off the rocker and just all of a sudden say, okay, well, as long as no, what's wrong with people? Men are men, women are women. Men should be in men prisons. If you want to be a transgender, there's always been transgenders in men prison. They're the the rucas of the joint or whatever they are. Let them do. They're the GBGs, homie. Let them do their thing. But all of a sudden, you're taking men to
That's
women's
right.
prison. It makes no sense. But that'll tell you how crazy people are.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's to me, it's just insane now, bro. It's like I'm never gonna agree. Me personally, like with that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And they got their opinion, I got my opinion. But when you're trying to when you're trying to instill your beliefs into me, and you're
Right.
saying that I'm wrong and
Right.
I'm discriminating and this and that, now then we have a problem. Especially when you
Yes.
try to teach it to my children, bro. Like, bro,
Yes.
these are my kids. They're not your kids. They're my kids.
Yes,
You
for
know what I mean?
sure. For sure, man. And number one rule, protect the kids at all costs. And that has gone out the window in America,
100. Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's 100% right there.
Hey, Big Mario, appreciate the phone call,
Yep.
player.
All right, for
brother.
sure.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Matthew Perales, how are you, Matthew? Thank you for that super chat. We're talking about Trompito. I would love for you to call in, actually, Matthew. We're talking about Trompito. Should he go to jail? Is this a political witch hunt? And so far, a lot of people, maybe American Troll is the right wing fucking thing, but no, we try to keep it in the middle. And that's what we're talking about. Is it a witch hunt? Is it not? Some people want Trompito to go to jail. Some people want to send Trompito zoom zooms and wham whams, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. This American Cholo was touched by Gasco and taking it for the people. No mames, way. No mames. Let's see what you got, man. In the old days, let me see. In the old days, the Democratic Party was different. The Republican parties are not much better, but at this point, we have to choose the lesser of two evils. Yeah, it's something like that, man. To me, it's the left has just gone too woke, man. They've gone crazy to the left, man. Mr. Alex, what's going on? What say you, my man?
Hey, Gil, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to let you know, you and the listeners know that we all vote every day with our dollar.
Yeah.
It's not just in November. So the government and the policies are making our dollars, our votes weaker with inflation. We are supporting woke policies with taxes that they take from your income taxes. They force you to vote. Whether you want to vote or not, you're voting. You're supporting woke policies. BLM, the Black Lives Matter, they're close to getting reparations. Whether you support it or not, you support reparations. Whether you like it or not, the government takes your money, takes your vote, and does what it wants with it. So even when you're supporting, Disney or NBC or sports teams, you're supporting non-Latino owned or operated by companies. So you're supporting black superiority, white superiority, left and right. So you have to be more cautious and wary where you vote every day, what you spend your money on. And I just want to let my Latino people know that we gotta when we are ignorant, it's business as usual for the systems of white supremacy and black supremacy. It's our job as Latinos. We're becoming the majority of the population now, and they are trying to deteriorate society because we are becoming the majority now. Colleges are more expensive. Homes are more expensive. These policies, these woke policies that they've tricked us into believing are making society worse.
I agree. 100%. 100%, my man. I appreciate the phone call, and I agree with you 100%. We need to realize where our money is and where our power is. And our power is with our numbers, but with our numbers collectively. Because right now, we're too busy, fighting over the smallest thing. Like I said, with this, it doesn't make a difference if Trumpito goes in, Biden goes in. But to me, is vote policies, especially like in your city council, in your mayor's office. It starts off with us on a local level, and then we can grow it out to a national level.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, thank you, Gil. I just wanted to give you a salute. You got soldiers out here, got warriors out here in the Latino movement, and we are for equality and equity.
Yes.
So we're not for Latino superiority. We're for, power to the Asian man, power to the Arab man, power to the Latino, power to the white man, power to the black man, but equality and equity.
Power to the working man.
Power to the working man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Gil.
Thank you, brother. You too, brother. Appreciate it, man. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Trompito. Let's see if Trompito can go to the Pinta, homie. We'll see. See, that's the thing. Color is a white Latino. It's crazy how so many fucking, and it's probably the pocho of the year right there. It's funny. It's funny how anybody, anytime, has a difference of opinion, all of a sudden, they got to be whitewashed. Oh, no, people just have difference of opinions. It's got nothing to do with that. It has nothing. Maybe Roger, then yeah, you're talking about that. But this guy, nah, man. He was saying some good stuff, man. We the people, Pablo. We the people. We the ones that got to make the change. But unfortunately, we're too busy fighting with another for the smallest and dumbest and pettiest thing, man. So with that being said, people, we're gonna start getting out of here. I think we had some excellent phone calls today. Let's see what's text real quick. Give me 1 second. Shout out your city, shout out your state. Let me know if Trompito's gonna go to the Pinta. Let me know if you're gonna send Trompito some sopas or not. And we're gonna start getting out of here pretty soon. Guys, going on this burner account. I don't know about all that. Let me see. Yeah, are you gonna shout the city or not? Arriba la raza, Mr. Juan Gonzalez. Let's get it in, oh boy. What do we got? We got a podcast on Sunday. We got nothing else this week. And then on Wednesdays, man, make sure to tap in to our new show on Wednesday. Sports Talk over here with Notorious and Doughboy Tony. And then we got another show we're going to be working on here pretty soon. Like I said, we're going to probably do just one interview a week. That's it. So people who want interviews, it's gonna start slowing down here pretty much. We're gonna start doing some other kind of stuff over here, but it's always gonna be on a positive tip. It's always gonna be coming and showing you guys something positive. That's what it's about over here. So with that, let's see what you guys got. Denton 940, gonna send him some sopas. There you go. What about China, Russia, US dollar? That's going away. Northern Raza, stop. Homie, Sacramento, California, en la casa. Love from Nella. Oxnard in the house. Puro SGV, City of Bowling, Yuba City, Albuquerque in the house. Love and respect, balls. That's what's Stilo. San Diego, salute. Nella, don't believe the shots. Kilo G, what else we got? Arizona in the house. Nah, we go with that's going. All right, people. With that being said, we're out. Stay safe. Stay informed, homie. Don't just let people brainwash you. Stay informed. Make up your own choices, but stop voting for parties. Vote for policy.